Hello guys, welcome back. This is our fifth video about creating architectural portfolio. So far we have created 3 sessions and this one is a continuation of our third session video, which is about making the content page. In the last session we talked about how to create this page using text and shapes in Illustrator, and now we want to use some images related to our projects. This series of videos, which consists of 7 main sessions, will help you easily complete your architecture portfolio. So I suggest stay tuned for other sessions too, and of course start making your portfolios, or even if you already have one, try to improve it. So let's get to the point. Now we want to create our page using this slot here. So I go to these commands that I have here and I want to bring a rectangle for this corner I have here. So I just hold Alt and zoom in, and then I start to draw my rectangle, for example to this point, and I'm going to change the color to something like a gray color like this. Okay, and now I want to put the title of my page here, which is projects. So I have already typed it here. Okay, so I just bring it here, and as you can see it's going under this layer that I have here. So I right click on it and I go to arrange and I click on bring to front. Okay, now I have it here, so I put it, for example, on this line that I have here. I double click on the project, hold down Ctrl and A as Ctrl A, and I want to reduce the size of my font like this. Okay, by using arrow keys I move it to this line. Okay, now I want to put some line here to show it better. So I go to pen tool here, I zoom in and I draw a line here, enter, and I want to change the settings of this line. So I click on it and I give it some stroke, and I change this option here. We don't want a fill color, but I want the stroke color back, and again I reduce the size. Okay, I guess it's good. And now I want to draw a line here, or just make a copy from this line by holding down Ctrl C and again Ctrl F to get a copy on the line itself. So now by holding down Shift and left click, I just move it in this axis, and now I want to make it bigger, for example like this. And now I want to move this line a little bit down, so I use the arrow key. Okay, that's it. And now I want to bring some images from my project. So I have prepared this folder which consists some of my projects, and some of them are for one of my friends. I'm going to start by bringing this project to my Illustrator. So now I have to rescale it. So I hold Shift and I move this corner of my image, for example like this. It's going to be good, so it's good for now. Let's change it a little bit like this. Okay, now I want to just use a part of this image. I mean, I want to make a mask, but I don't want to go to Photoshop for it. I want to do it in Illustrator. So I again draw a rectangle here, for example, with these proportions, and I don't want stroke, so I disable the stroke, and then I go for fill color. I choose white for now. Okay, and now I select both of these shapes that I have here. One is this white rectangle and the other one is my image. And now I right click on my rectangle and I use the option make clipping mask. As you can see, the image disappeared, but it's not deleted. It's right there, but we cannot see it anymore. What if we want to change something about this rectangle? For example, if I want to present another part of my render inside this rectangle, so what should I do? It's so easy. Just double click on your image and then you have the option for moving your render without moving the frame of your rectangle that you have here. So I choose a spot that is more eye-catching. For example, this table and that, you know, kitchen back in the background is good, so I guess I go for that. Something like this, I guess, or even something like this. Yes, that's good. And double click outside of this image to get out of the layer. Double click here and now you have this. Okay, and I want to move it, for example, to here. Or you can just make your background rectangle a little bit larger. So I do this and then I move this to, for example, here, and I'm going to bring another image from my folder. For example, this one is already created and it doesn't need any more settings. It just needs some rescaling. So I go for it. Okay. Okay, that's it. And I move it with arrow keys and I bring it to this edge. Okay, now it's time for other image. So again, I go, for example, for this project and I bring it to my Illustrator. I've created this for one of my projects that I had. It's an office. Okay, I'm just trying to make right proportions for my frames that I have here. Okay, I need just a copy from this, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. But as you can see, we have this background frame too. So I right click on it and I click on release clipping mask. When I release it, these two get separated from each other. So I delete the render and then I choose this rectangle and I give it a color for the filling color, and right click on it, arrange, and bring it to the front, so that you can see it when you move it here. Okay. Now I have to rescale my render. Like that. So I'm going to choose both of them, and again right click, make clipping mask, double click, and just move this render to the point that I like. I guess this view might be good. Okay, double click outside, and again I have this. Okay, and now other projects are going to come. For example, this one is one of my projects that we recently did in a mall, in a huge mall. It's a dental clinic that we worked on, and now I'm going to bring it inside my portfolio. And again, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Release clipping mask, and I don't need my render. And I give it a color, and then I get some copies from it. For example, 3 copies. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. I'm gonna hold them here. And I'm going to change their color because white is a little bit distracting, so I go for green like this. Okay, now I bring my frame here. Alright, now I select both of them, right click on them, and make clipping mask. And now I have to move to the part that is satisfying. For example, this. Fine, now I move to my other project. This was one of my facade design projects. These little things like paying attention to proportions really gives this feeling to your audience that you really care about what you do, and don't think that these are just some things that doesn't matter. These things really matter and will improve your portfolio's quality, so really pay attention to them. Let's bring it to front and move it here, and now click on make clipping mask, double click, and now you can move it like this. And again, let's bring something else. For example, this one, which is my friends. And the last project will be I guess this one. Alright, by holding down shift and dragging your picture, you can change the proportion. So it's here, and this one's here, and let's bring it to front again. Okay, and now click both of them, right click, make clipping mask, double click, and just move it to a point that you like. For example, in this point it has its name on it. It's a villa and you can see the name on it, so I guess it's a good view from this project. The thing that you should know is that your projects have their own names. So like the before, we can copy some of the names from them and bring them to these projects. For example, you can bring the names, or you just want to bring the years that you created these projects, or you just want to make some numbers for them, and further in your portfolio you are going to talk about your projects under their number. So it's totally up to you, but for this video I'm going to use number and year, and let's see what other things we are going to use. So I click on, for example, number 1, Control C, and click here, Control Shift V, paste the number at the exact point that this number was in the previous page. And now I drag it down here. I put it here. Okay. A little bit more down here. And now I want to create some copies. Control C, Control F, bring it here and change it to 2. Okay. Control C, Control F, make it 3. So these are the numbers of our projects, and now I want to put some years for them. So I choose 2021, Control C, and I come here, Control V, and then I put this one here, or you can do it like this. I will change the size. For example, I guess 20 will be good. Okay. I put it right down here. Okay. So now I want to change all of these numbers, and I want to make them a little bit smaller than what they are now. So I choose all of them, I click on eyedropper, and then I choose this one. So everything is good, it just needs some justifications and some adjustments here. Okay, you can now write some names here down this image that we have created at these situations. So I go to these parts, for example this one, and I hold down Ctrl C, and I come here and Ctrl V. Okay, let's name them. Kitchen interior design. That's it. Ctrl C, Ctrl F. Villa Muhammad, the name of my friend. Now that I have all of these details, I can go for some changes in the colors. For example, I want these numbers to have some pale colors. So I click on it and I go to opacity and I decrease the number, for example to 29. It's actually good. Let's change it to 30, and now all of these can be changed to 30. So I click on all of them and I type 30. That's a good change. And now I want to decrease the image opacity too. So I click on it and go to the opacity 96. And 91. This one's good. This one can be 80, 90 is good. This one's good. This one's good. And again for this one, like this. I guess it's good. And I have to make a change for this one. Okay. Okay, so my page is created. Another sample of this page is here. As you can see, I have created this page, and these pale colors are framed with another rectangle around them, and the years of the projects are written down of their image, as you can see. Okay, and this one is another one. And of course you can do some other kinds of, orders in putting your image in this page. So you can always change anything that you want, but you have to pay attention to the proportions, to the color adjustments, and you have to know that the information that you are putting in this page should not be too much. It should be just a name, a year, a number, and that's all. You don't have to put any description for the projects that you are representing in this page, because you are going to do that in the further pages of your portfolio. So there is no need that you put all of the information that you have about your projects in this page. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. You can also email me or write in the comment section about any question that you have, and I will be glad to answer those to you, because I want you to create your own portfolio, and I believe that if you understand the whole concept very well, then you can do your own portfolio. So stay tuned, and I'm going to update my channel with the other tutorials about portfolio. This was the end of session 3, and be prepared for the other part of this 7 series of portfolio designing course. I will see you on the other tutorials.